Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. If you want to listen to it in Spanish, go to the little world and you can choose which language you want to listen to it. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to be talking a little bit about your application process. We are going to answer all of your questions because I'm sure there's a lot of questions that you have. And you can ask your questions in the Q&A section of at the bottom of your screen, and we will answer them as we go. If you have any questions right now, please start putting them in and we will get them answered. We do have help for all of you. We have FAQs at www.dallasisd.org/choose-dallasisd. And you can go there, you can look for the schools, you can go in there and do an application. And there's an FAQs, if there's any questions, you can also call us during working hours during the week from 7:30 in the morning to about 5 o'clock in the afternoon at 972-925-5560. You can call us there and let us know your questions. And there are people who can walk you through the process to do this. We do have some questions, so if anybody wants to jump in. Why are we having a second round window of applications?
Good evening. I am Keisha Crowder Davis, Executive Director of Centralized Enrollment, and we are having a second round application process because we still have seats in all of our available amazing programs. So we want to make sure that families choose Dallas ISD and fill these seats that we have available. There are seats available in our magnet schools, our transformation schools, our P-TECH programs, our dual language programs. Unfortunately, we do not have seats available in our IB schools and in some of our most popular magnet schools, for instance, Booker T. Washington. Right now, our Townview programs, we are still evaluating and waiting for families to accept their offers. And if you just keep checking back, there may be some seats that come available. So right now, if you go to the application, every school that is available for you to apply to on the application still has seats available. We also have our amazing career institutes that are here today, and they of course have seats available for their awesome programs.
How do we know, for example, for P-TECH, because we have P-TECH programs throughout the district. So how do we know which programs are in each school and if there are openings in those schools?
My name is Elizabeth Hart, and I'm the academic coordinator for the P-TECH and early college programs for the district. We actually have 26 different programs throughout Dallas ISD, and each of the programs actually have a very unique opportunity within each of their schools. We have some schools that are standalone schools, such as our Lassiter Early College High School is actually what we consider a standalone school. Other programs are actually embedded within a comprehensive high school, such as our Sunset P-TECH High School is within the comprehensive high school of Sunset High School. So depending on what your student actually is interested in, we typically have a program that is going to be of interest to them. If you go onto our website of Dallas ISD and then our P-TECH programs for post-secondary, you'll be able to actually pull up a brochure that lists out all of the different opportunities that your student would have. The most important thing to think about for a P-TECH and early college program is that your student would actually earn their high school diploma and can earn up to 60 hours of college credit. And that could actually include an associate's degree at Dallas College. And that, of course, is actually free. We actually pay for that. Students actually do not pay for the tuition or the books while taking courses at Dallas College.
So those are still available. So make sure that if you're interested in any, and they are really fantastic programs. And like Elizabeth said, it's just, you get really ahead with your college because of the program. It allows you to get those additional credits for college hours. So this is really a fantastic program to be part of. So and the variety is great. So don't if you haven't applied for any of them in the first round, this is your opportunity to still be a part of the PTech experience. Another question that we have is, how do I apply for a career institute? Can I still apply for a career institute?
Yes, so with the Career Institutes, this is an open program to all high school students. It is an opportunity for students to gain skills in high demand fields that have been identified in the city of Dallas. And so some of those fields are construction and carpentry, mechatronics, automated manufacturing, electrical and solar technology, HVAC, refrigeration, plumbing, pipe fitting, cybersecurity, architecture and interior design, and aviation. And next year, we are adding our health science pathways, which will include patient care tech, pharmacy tech, EMT, phlebotomy, and EKG. And so this is open to all students. It is not an application for this. And it is not, although a lot of these are trade-based skills and careers, it is not an alternative to college for those seeking college, but it's just an additional opportunity so that students can have a skill, work while attending college, or just for those who may need to hold off on college, may off ramp and work, and then on ramp and go to college. So it is just an additional opportunity that Dallas ISD offers to all students. And there is currently 3 career institutes, one Career Institute North, which services the campuses near 635 on the north end of Dallas. We have Career Institute East, and then we have Career Institute South, which serves the campuses both in the South and the West for now.
Awesome. That sounds like a really great program. Now, here's a general question. Can you apply to any of these schools from outside Dallas ISD?
Absolutely. We accept students from outside of Dallas ISD for all of our programs. But what we do for magnet schools is we make sure that priority is given to our in-district students first. And if space is still available, then it will go to that out-of-district student.
There's been a lot of questions because we also have an email where we can answer questions, and it is choosedallasisd@dallasisd.org. And we've been getting a lot of questions there too. And some of those questions have applied to the dual language program, because there are dual language programs in some of the choice schools, but also in some of the schools that are just neighborhood schools. So if Mr. Navarro can give us an explanation of how that works and how parents can use the application to be part of the dual language program.
Hello, my name is Carlos Navarro. I work for the bilingual ESL department. And yes, any parent can apply to our dual language program. Like I said, there are some direct way that they enter because their first language is Spanish. However, this program is open for any students. Basically, they can be in a two-way dual language as long as it's available as seats. The preference goes for the dual language students. Those schools who have two-way dual language can actually, those classrooms have Spanish speakers, and the other one will be other language than Spanish speakers. So exactly, there are schools that you can be part of this two-way dual language program as long as you apply in grades pre-K, K, or first. As long as that depends on their availability.
And we still have available seats for our two-way dual language programs. They're still located in the application. So if you log on to the www.dallasisd, choose Dallas ISD, go into the application, you will see the seats that are available for those particular schools. So as I said earlier, we have seats available in just about every program that we have here in Dallas. Go to the application and you can see If the school is listed, then you're able to apply to that school.
Fantastic. Thank you. One other question that seems to be coming up a lot is if you got waitlisted in your first choice, but offered an offer at your second choice. So what do you do? I mean, do you hedge your bets? If you accept your offer, but you're still on the wait list, I mean, do you get taken off the wait list? What is that process? There is a lot of concern about this out there. And
It is. It is. When we first started this process, we wanted to make, families aware that it was very important how you ranked your choices. So what happened? So if you received an offer at your first choice and you decide, I don't know if I really want to go to my first choice, you can decline that offer. Now, you may be on the wait list for some of the others. So there is no guarantee that you would, get that spot. But what will happen is, so if you decline that first choice, and you would need to go back into the school, into your application and reapply for that school.
So you do reapply for the one that you're waitlisted on?
Oh, no. If you're waitlisted, I'm sorry. If you're waitlisted, you're just going to remain on the wait list. So It's not going anywhere. I apologize. It's not going anywhere. But there is no guarantee that you will get that spot. So it's very important when you're looking at your choices and everything and you're declining seats to know if you're waitlisted, you probably, depending on how far down on the wait list you are, because you are able to see your waitlist number. Now, if there's another school that you'd like to apply for, then you're also able to have 5 active applications. So you may want to go in and say, well, my 4th or 5th choice, I really am not, if I get them, I get them. If not, that's okay. You're able to withdraw an application and apply for a new school.
And that is actually a question that somebody else had. If I already had an application, do I start a new one for the second round, or you just go in and make changes to your first round one?
Okay, you will have to make changes to it, but you are withdrawing that application and then applying. So you withdraw and then you have a new application for the new school.
So does that affect your offer? And okay, so not the entire application, but the particular schools you're applying to. Okay.
Yes.
So of the 5 that you get to apply for, you have to basically take one out if you're going to add one.
Correct. Because you can only have 5 active ones.
Okay. So this parent is interested in applying to a slot in a particular school, but the online application won't let her select that particular school. It gives her several other schools. Is that because that school is full and it's not participating in the second round?
Absolutely. If you're not able to go ahead and go through with submitting the application, there are no seats available at this time for that program.
And are there some schools that don't that already are closed, that we know it's like their wait list is gigantic and they're full? So
yes. For instance, our Woodrow IB program, our Hillcrest IB, our Townview TAG, our Townview schools at Townview are pretty much closed. There may be a few seats that become available in maybe like the 10th grade. So if you check back on the website at this time, because remember, we just notified families on the 12th. We're waiting for families. They have until April 1st to confirm their seats. So there will be lots of movement going on. So check back on the website. We will put up a seat availability. It may not have the exact seats because this is fluid. This is moving. Remember, families have 5 choices. So this is moving. So we'll put on there that there are green, and green will represent, maybe more than 20 seats. We'll say yellow. Yellow may be 5 seats. Red may be 1 seat. So we'll give you a legend and we'll give you some seat availability. But remember, it won't be exact because this is fluid and it's moving depending on if I accept this seat, decline this seat, withdraw this seat. So this is, I mean, in action right now.
Right. And we understand that you guys have a lot of questions, and it's very understandable because this is the first year that we have used this process. And we hope that it made it a lot easier for you all to apply in the first place. But there are some growing pains and some confusion, you know, because it's a whole new system, and we get it. And that's why we are so happy to do this. This is our 10th webinar that we've done, and answer your questions and also have that number available. And let me repeat it again, the contact information. It's 972-925-5560. There's no one there answering right now because the district is closed, but they will be open bright and early tomorrow at 7:30, and we'll be there till 5. And those are enrollment experts, and they can answer your questions about which schools are might be closed, how to accept an offer. They can walk you through that whole process. If you want to switch your preferences and you can't really figure out how to do it, they will also help you do that. If you have other questions where you don't need that support right away to walk you through, you can send them to Choose Dallas ISD at dallasisd.org, and we will get you an answer. I monitor that email, and I may not be getting you an answer right away, but I will find someone who can answer you. So definitely we're here to support you. And another question that we have is, Dave, can if they did not get, for example, this applies to OTI. So I don't know if you know, one of you all who are doing the transformation and innovation schools, tell us about the program and answer the question. But they did not receive an offer from the school that they wanted. Do they apply again for the same school? I mean, is there a point to apply again, or should they just be looking for another school? And what are the options out there for transformation schools?
Hi, I'm Nicole Bixby, and I'm with the Office of Transformation and Innovation. And I guess I would encourage this parent to reach out to us and give us specifics. I'm wondering if the student applied in round 1 or if they just applied in the last few days, because
no, they applied in round 1 and
they
did not
applied in round
receive an
1.
offer, so they want to apply again to the same school. So is that something that would it change things?
They're welcome to apply, but again, I would encourage them to reach out to us so we can see what happened specifically with that application, if they were eligible for that program or not, and we can help if they are eligible to reapply if needed.
And and also if they, you know, if they can't reapply to that school, you will also walk them through other choices of similar schools that are out there.
Exactly. We're here to help them find their best fit school.
Excellent. So while we have you here, can you tell us a little bit about the transformation schools and what they offer students?
Sure. So our transformation schools are schools that do not have any academic entry requirements, but we do offer specialty programming. And so we have anything from Montessori schools to personalized learning campuses. We have project-based learning schools. You will see just a plethora of STEM options. We have single gender as well. And so again, you don't have to live, you do not have to live in a certain school zone to apply to these campuses. Our kiddos come from all over the district. As Keisha mentioned earlier, we do accept students from out of district, but in-district students do get priority at these campuses. And if you do receive an offer to these campuses and you live within district boundaries, you can receive transportation if you'd like.
Which is great, because if you live across the district, transportation is important. Excellent. Thank you so much. Another question that has been kind of popular is, if you're looking at a program in your home school, or you're looking at to go to another school that may not be your home school because they have an activity, but it's not necessarily a choice school. I guess that would be more of a transfer. Is that process still available through the second round? What are transfers like this year? Because that also changed from the past. Jorge, I don't know if you want to, give a little bit of explanation.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jorge Flores, and I'm part of the great enrollment team, but also over student transfers. Yes, student transfers are available. They were available the first round, and they're also available the second round as well. Just like Keisha said, we have some great schools. They're not all full yet, so depending on the grade level that you're requesting, you can go ahead and submit a transfer request as well. The great thing about neighborhood schools is they have so many great programs, just like Nicole's OTI school, like innovation schools are on there. P-Techs are on a neighborhood school. So there's so many different things, but just a regular transfer is available as well right now. So, but not every grade level is going to be available, but please apply because they are there. Thank you.
All right, so you heard it here. There's transfers are still available. And well, not necessarily for Jorge, but whoever would like to answer. If you're given a seat or an offer at one school, but you want to switch to a seat at a school that was your second or third choice, how do you do that process? I know we'll probably repeat this process throughout many times because it is a question that has come up again and again. So in case somebody joined us later, we'll explain this. So I don't know, Jorge, do you want to, since you're one of the enrollment experts, is this something you can help with?
Sure. Let me try to see if I can answer that. Okay. So, if a parent applied, let's say as an example, they applied to all five schools, they had a choice to apply 5 schools, and maybe their first ranked school gave them an offer, and maybe they're number 2 on the wait list on the second choice, just as an example. I mean, the parent can, I would suggest to the parent, if they're not sure, like say if they want to maybe choose a second choice where they're on a wait list, because there may be 1 and 2, they might have a better chance of maybe moving up. It's not a guarantee, but it could happen. I would definitely call that second choice school, and find out to see how it's going, and then see if they get moved up. And then yes, they could definitely choose a different school. I would definitely pay attention to how you're ranked on the wait list of those other schools, as opposed to the one that you already have an assured offer. So for sure.
So if you're the 4th on the wait list, your chances are better than if you're 25th.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
And as students are pulled from the wait list, I saw that question come through a lot. As students are pulled through the wait list, of course, your wait list number is going to change. So this is, like I said, a fluid process. So we're pulling kids from the wait list every day, all day long. Kids are being pulled. And so wait list numbers are changing. You will receive an email alert. However you set up how you want it to be communicated with, you'll receive an alert, you'll receive a trigger. You're always able to go back into your dashboard, your Choose Dallas ISD dashboard, and review where you are, your status, your application. And there's also a little alert button up there that says messages. You can click on those messages and see everything that's going on.
This is a parent who is new to the Dallas area. So we're kind of all new to this, so you're not alone. So what can I do if I already submitted the application for my son and we declined the offer we were given on March 12th? Can we resubmit the application with different chosen schools?
Absolutely. Remember, as I said earlier, you can have 5 active applications. So you're able to go back in and select 5 additional schools. If you remove all of those, you'll have to withdraw your application. You've declined 1, so that's already gone. So that means you still have 4 available. So then you can go in and apply to 4 different schools.
So if I decline the offer that I received, do I automatically then receive another offer from another school, or do I need to do something? Like
No,
once
you
I
don't have to
decline the
do
offer,
anything. You decline the offer and you may be waitlisted at your other. So you're just waiting to see if you're going to be pulled from the wait list. Now, if you want to apply to something else, then you're able to do that. But if you're on the wait list, I know there was some initial emails that originally went out. Some of districts around the country have a wait list. You accept your wait list seat. So the vendor that we worked with on our School Mint project had that feature set up. So any parent that received an email that said, accept your waitlist offer, you do not have to accept your waitlist seat. If you received a waitlist offer, you are on the waitlist. So don't worry about clicking, oh, I accept, or we've received lots of phone calls and emails about, I can no longer accept my waitlist. You don't have to.
Okay.
You are on the waitlist.
And does ranking depend, or, like if you're on the wait list for your third choice, you're third, but on your second choice, you're like 15th. The ranking then doesn't really matter. It just happens to, you just get, so the ranking kind of goes away at this point.
Well, the ranking is still there. You're on your wait list. Oh, what do you mean? Your ranking of your choices?
Right.
Yeah, your choices are kind of going, yes. But for instance, you're still you could be number 15 at your third choice, and number 22 at your fourth choice, and number 200 at your fifth choice.
You'll get the offer of the wait list where you're probably closer to the top.
Correct.
Okay. This parent wants to know, she has a third grader and a child who will be going to pre-K. What can they do? What do you recommend for them so they can be all in one school? Well, she says until 12th grade, but we don't have those schools. So so they can, be together. And I guess that's really, for parents, not only do they have their kids in the same school, but also, they can probably move along together. Those are, the transformation schools are pretty good for that, right? They so they can stay together or magnets also. Do you have the sibling rule?
Yeah, we do. We have lots of programs that are pre-K through 8th grade that are magnet and OTI transformation schools. If you visit the district's website, once again, if you go to the Choose Dallas ISD icon and go to the Choose Dallas ISD website, there is a school finder. If you go to School Finder and search by program, search by grade level, search by your address, all of the schools will come up and it'll show you exactly what we have to offer. It'll show you the pre-K 8 schools. It'll show you the pre-K 4 schools. It'll show you the programs that offer help. It'll show you whatever you're interested in. Our School Finder will help you find it. We are here to help you find a best fit school for your students.
Yes, and that includes all grade levels from pre-K
all grade levels
to high school. So yes, this parent, they filled out an application and picked out the top 5 schools, I guess in the second round. When will they get a decision or an offer for the top school picks? By which date? Do we have?
Okay. We don't have a date because it's fluid. Like I said, for our OTI, for our schools, it's constantly moving. So for magnet schools, the students who are applying, they would have to do, if it's their second round, you'll have to do your assessment. For P-TECH programs, you'll have to do your interviews. So right now it's fluid, and we want to make sure families know exactly what's going on and have a decision. We want to put this process to bed so everybody knows where they're going to school actually at the end of April. So we want to make sure that all of our schools are filled. And so, if schools are not filled at the end of April, guess what? The application process will still be open. But at that time, we'll be moving into our registration. So we'll be having all of these awesome things going on, but we want to make sure that families, before they register, know exactly where they're registering for. So those dates are forthcoming. It will probably be depending on the program. Like I said, OTI schools, student transfers, those are fluid. So you will be receiving emails notification that you've been accepted at these programs coming very soon if you've not already started to receive them. But magnet schools and PTEX, because of the assessment process and interview process, we have to make some time to interview our students and assess our students.
So this is a parent who submitted the question in Spanish saying that her child is in the at Onesimo Hernandez. I don't know what program is at Onesimo Hernandez, but oh, okay, great. So Nicole can answer. So they're number 7 on the list, and she wants to know if she should reapply, she should just wait to get word, or what do you recommend, Nicole?
So if she's number 7 on the wait list, there's no need to reapply. If a seat becomes available, then the parent will be contacted and offered the seat. And so if she would just keep logging into her dashboard, she'll be able to see if her wait list number is moving up, but there's no need to reapply.
Okay, great. And if the child is on the wait list at this school, they can still apply to another school and they won't lose their spot.
Of course. And just remember, you can only have 5 open applications. And so if they want to change or add, they're welcome to do that, but only 5 total applications that can be active at once.
Okay. And this is a question, I guess, that applies to maybe more the magnets. Carrie Stone's a magnet, but if they want to apply for another magnet, she applied for last year to Harry Stone, but didn't get admission because the school that she's attending now doesn't have the STAR exams. Does it mean that children cannot get in without the STAR scores into, or cannot apply to some of these schools without STAR scores? I know with last year, things are fluid in that respect. Keisha, I don't know if you want to say a little bit about what scores are we taking?
Right. Because of COVID, we didn't have STAR scores at all. No one had STAR scores. So we used the MAP assessment, and we used our last fall ACP scores. So students were able to apply with either of those scores. If your school that you attended does not offer MAP, does not have ACP, we have Saturday testing that's set up. So we work with our evaluation and assessment department, and we schedule a standardized test for you. So if families are applying in the second round and they do not have standardized test scores, we will have Saturdays available. So once you make your application to the magnet school, the campus will let you know the date and the time for that assessment.
Okay, great. And for I mean, some of the schools have, I think PTEC does essays and interviews. How are those conducted? Do you, and especially with COVID going on, are you doing those virtually? Are you doing them in person? What does that process look like?
That's a great question. Actually, we want to make sure that all of our students and parents are actually in a very safe environment. So the majority of those have actually been conducted through Zoom meetings or in another virtual environment. So we'll actually, once we receive the application, the campus will actually reach out to the parents and the students, and they'll establish a time that works good for the family and good for the campus to actually have a interview and to get to understand what the student actually really wants, and to ensure that the parents understand what they're committing to when being part of a PTEC or early college high school. Keep in mind, the students who actually are eligible for the PTEC and early college high school, there's no requirement from a grade perspective or from a teacher recommendation or any STAR scores, but each student has to be committed to taking many hours of college credit. We actually start our students at the spring of their freshman year in college courses at Dallas College. So that takes a very unique student that they need to be very committed to their education.
Great. And that is good to know because, parents, your students, And while we offer these great programs, we also want your student to be successful. So that's why, you know, we do these webinars. You can call the school, you can request information, talk to Elizabeth or other experts from PTech, because we want your student to be successful. And if this program is not something that's a good match for your student, and the same thing with any of our programs, we want to find the best fit, whether that's a neighborhood school that has a more traditional program or one of these great specialty programs. That's what we want to get your student to be successful, to graduate, to have you know, fulfill their potential. So we are here to help you with all of that. And a question, and I'm assuming that this applies to PTech. Is admission to PTech only available at the freshman year, or can they transfer in later?
Because we actually start the Dallas College in their freshman year, it's very difficult to actually start your PTech career later on. There are some exceptions to that. Sometimes students actually come to us from other early college high schools where they've already actually taken some college credit and they're able to actually transfer those items over to our school. But traditionally, we actually take only incoming freshmen.
And how does that work for other programs like the transformation schools? Because I know there's some high schools in the program. Do you accept students only at the beginning, or can they apply for 10th or 11th grade, or does it depend on space?
So for our transformation schools, you can apply from 9th, 10th, and 11th grade.
Okay, so again, there's many choices. Best fit. We're going for the best fit. So if PTech is, you know, if you're entering 11th grade and PTech is not it, but you want some different type of program, it's available through transformation. Very good. So we have a lot of questions also about pre-K, because there is pre-K at some of these choice schools. And they're not the only pre-K programs available. There's pre-K all over the district, but I don't know, Maria, can you tell us a little bit about the process if I have a 3 or 4-year-old entering pre-K? How do I apply for some of these schools, and what are the steps I need to take after I apply?
So good evening, everybody. This is Maria Cedillo with Early Learning. Yes, that's a great question. And I saw a couple of parents asking about 3-year-old programs. So our district offers pre-K3 for students that are of age by September 1st, and they can apply to, as it's been mentioned before, to our OTI and magnet programs. Okay, so for pre-K3 in particular, we offer personalized learning curriculum. We have Montessori at different campuses, and we have dual language and just pre-K neighborhood programs. So far, we still have seats available at selected campuses. So we encourage our families just to go and apply. And if the school is listed, make sure that you select those schools and rank them as your priority. And that's the first step. If you just want the child to go to a regular pre-K program, our registration begins early April, which is just around the corner. So if you're interested in one of our specialized programs, go ahead and apply now and select those choices. We encourage our parents just to go ahead and apply. So there is one step if you're doing OTI, which is application. And if you're doing just regular pre-K, you can just wait a couple of more weeks and then just go into the pre-K neighborhood registration.
Okay, but it really is, we have a fantastic pre-K program, and it's really important. I mean, I've read the statistics that the students who attend pre-K program do so much better in later years because the brain development starts that early. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit. I'm fascinated by that. So
yes, so studies show that the students that attend pre-K at early age, starting at 3-year-olds, they perform higher than the other classmates that did not attend pre-K. So they have better opportunities in life. They go to college, they graduate, they get higher salaries when they're adults. They're more social. They develop the vocabulary earlier. So there's a lot of potential for our students that attend pre-K. Our wonderful district offers full day for pre-K3 and half day for pre-K3. And also we include the additional program. So we really encourage our families to try and register their child as soon as they're 3 years old.
And what if I don't? There's a list of qualifications that have to do with income, language, military service. What if I don't fit any of those? What are some of, what options do you offer for pre-K?
So our pre-K is a pre-K program, right? So they have to be eligible. There are 3 types of eligibility. Number 1 is through our state, which is Texas Education Agency. The child has to be fitting in those criteria. Number 1 is based on income, or the child receives benefits from the state, such as food stamps or Medicaid. Another eligibility is this is a dependent of a military family, or the child is unable to speak or comprehend the English language, or the child was currently or who was formerly in foster care, or the child is in a situation of temporary living arrangement, they qualify for free. But we also give a scholarship for our students. So we expanded the income. Now you don't have to be in the category of free and reduced lunch. So a family of 6 can make up to almost $90,000, and they can still get into the qualification for the scholarship. And if you're part of our achievement gap, which is African-American students, they receive full scholarship. And any parent at any time, they don't have to be speaking other language at home. They can request a child to get evaluated by language. And based on the score, we can provide the scholarship. And it's very interesting to see that the language assessment, it's a very thorough assessment. So most of our students qualify through the scholarship. And if you still don't fit into the free or the scholarship, we offer tuition-based pre-K, which is the fee for the next school year is going to be $4,100. And it's a full day program for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds. We have different payment options. So we have monthly payments, we have lump sums. So we highly encourage our parents just to go in because of the benefits to our kiddos.
Right. I mean, and it's like, there is no excuse to not be part of our pre-K program. So you may not have a pre-K kid, but you can certainly tell your neighbor, your tia, your comadre, this is a great program. So take advantage of it. We recommend it. Now, and this, I guess, applies to all the programs that offer options at this level. Middle school, what are some of the options that you have, and how do you choose a middle school? Is it's like because you want to be like in a certain area of study? For example, you're looking at going to a P-Tech program that has engineering. How do you choose the middle school that is going to take you there? That prepare you for that program? And what do we have to offer in specialized middle schools? I don't know, Nicole, if that's something that you want to start out, and then maybe Keisha can talk about the magnet programs.
I would encourage all families to visit the School Finder. School Finder is very thorough. It has all of the programs that are available by grade level. So if you know your ultimate goal is to end up at a P-Tech with engineering, I would go into School Finder and look for a middle school that offers some type of coursework that has that. I don't know specifically if we have lots of STEM middle schools, but not really engineering. So we have STEM, we have STEAM, we have HOSI STEAM, we have Dallas Environmental Science Academy, we have JP Stark's STEAM middle school. So we have lots of them. And then our neighborhood schools, every middle school has a career exploratory course. So families are able to reach out and, attend a neighborhood school and take that course. So I encourage anyone that really doesn't know what they're interested in, go to School Finder. It's our shopping mall. It's our Target. It's our Nordstrom. It helps families search for whatever you're looking for. We have it in Dallas ISD.
So yes, definitely check it out. And we do have options at all grade levels. So please don't be shy about going there. If I don't get I've applied, and if I don't get the school, an offer from the school that I wanted, that means, I mean, I'm automatically going to attend my neighborhood school, or how does that work? I mean, like, we're not going to kick you out of the district, right? You still have a place in your neighborhood school that you're zoned for.
Absolutely. You always have a place in your neighborhood school. From K to 12, you have an assigned neighborhood school. But again, just like Keisha and all panelists are saying, you have options as well. This round 2 is your options to go ahead and apply again. Obviously, 5 is the limit, but please apply. And also take a look at your neighborhood school. It could be exactly what you're looking for.
Okay, so I've accepted my offer. What is the next step? And when do I need to take that next step?
That is an excellent question. Okay, so you've accepted your offer. That means you have a seat at the place where you were offered, and then you said yes. You are good to go. The next step is starting in April. April 1st is what we're hoping is at April 1st, where you'll be able to go ahead and do the next step, which is to register / enroll. So, and when you're registering, that's your next step to go ahead and complete the whole process.
Right. And we will definitely, sometime in early April, when that process is opened, we will make sure we communicate it thoroughly to parents. You'll get a call, you get an email, you might get a text, we'll have billboards. It is, once that process starts, we will let you know, but that is the next step. If I've applied, you didn't get into any of the programs of the choices in your first round. Yeah, we have a lot of questions like this. So yes, you can start another application, but you don't have to start like another application. You don't have to create a new account. Use the one that you already have. Just make sure you take out the schools that you've applied for, because as Jorge said, you can only have 5. The limit is 5. So so make sure that you take out the ones you didn't get or you didn't want, and add new ones. And there's still a lot of choices. Correct, Jorge?
Absolutely.
Great. And where can a parent see that what the wait list looks like? Where can you, because we've been bandying around the term the wait list, and so if I haven't found the wait list for my kid, where can I find that?
Well, your waitlist number is actually when a parent signs back into their dashboard into Schoolmint, they will see where they are on the waitlist. So they'll have a number right there, and it'll say number 10 on the waitlist, or whatever the number is. Even the offers have a number as to what you were offered in it. But yes, that's right there on your dashboard when you sign in.
Right. And they don't need to reapply if they're on the wait list. They just, because I'm seeing a lot of questions too. So I've just wanted to make sure that we get that message out. If you're on the wait list, you don't need to reapply. You don't need to do anything. You just wait to get the offer. Is there any of the programs who are represented here who would like to say anything, any recommendations, any advice to parents? We're getting pretty close to the end of the hour that we had allotted for this. A lot of the questions that I'm seeing are very specific to you. So if we have not answered your question in a way that you feel that you understand the process, then definitely give us a call at 972-925-5560, and we'll be happy to help you, because we can only answer general questions. We can't really go into specific students. But I don't know if anybody wants to say some closing words about your program, any recommendations for parents, anything that you think they need to know in the second round of applications, please feel free.
Well, I'll jump in here, and I want to make sure that everybody chooses Dallas ISD. We still have seats available in all of our popular programs. So please apply, visit our school finder to find a school for you, visit our application. If you need additional information, give us a call at the One Center, 972 925-5560. We have some awesome enrollment. I have an office enrollment team that are waiting to take your phone calls, that are there to answer your questions, but we want to make sure that we answer your specific questions. As Mary Carmen said, in the chat, we saw lots of questions, but we want to make sure that your specific question is answered, and we're here to help you choose Dallas ISD.
And definitely, we said some questions are coming up about transportation. Transportation is not tied to whether you applied on the first round or the second round. If the school offers transportation, which are the magnet schools, the transformation schools, if you have a question about that, you can also call the school directly. We normally have visits and open houses. Unfortunately, because of the conditions we're living in currently, that we weren't able to do that in person visits. But if you have any questions about the school specifically and what they offer that you weren't able to find through School Finder, give the school a call, and they can they can set up an appointment for you to talk with a counselor or the principal. We're happy to do that because we really want you to be happy with your choice in Dallas ISD, whether attending your neighborhood school, one of the special programs, or one of the special schools that we're talking about today. Again, if you want to reapply or change your choices in the application, go to www.dallasisd.org/choose-DallasISD, and or call us at 972-925-5560, or send an email to choose-DallasISD@dallasisd.org. We have all your questions that you submitted. If we can, we'll send you an email. It's a lot of questions, so we'll go through them, and we'll email you if we have your email and answer. But if we haven't, please give us a call and let us walk you through the process, because that is like the best way we can do. We're there from 7:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening. So thank you very much to all our panelists, to all of you parents who joined us here today, to all of you parents who have gone through this process with us. It's our first time. We are there with you with all this, the learning curve with this, and happy to help you, and happy for you to be part of our district. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening. And you know where to reach us, 972-925-5560.